Today I am going to show you a few of the things from pair of straight lines. Before going to the pair of straight lines, let me teach you some basic things regarding straight line. Now what is straight line? So it's a regular geometric meaning it has. So a straight line is this kind of locus. So locus means what? What is a locus? Locus is a set of point. One very important thing what we have to use is, so straight line is one of the locus. Now the very important thing what we need to do is, every locus can be expressed in the form of some equation. For example, you take the locus x square plus y square is equal to 25. Now this locus is actually a circle whose center is at the origin and the radius is 5. So apart from the geometry, now if I want to see whether some point is satisfying this equation or not, so what does it mean? So say I want to check whether where 3 comma 4 satisfies the above equation, satisfies the above equation. So the simple thing, in place of x I will put the x coordinate, in place of y I will put the y coordinate. So I will get 3 square plus 4 square is equal to 25, and after simplifying this gives me 25 is equal to 25, that is 3 comma 4 satisfies the equation. Now if I want to check where 2 comma 1 satisfies the above equation, so again put in place of x you put 2, in place of y you put 1, and so you get 2 square plus 1 square is equal to 25. So after simplification this gives 5 is equal to 25, which is not true. Hence we can conclude 2 comma 1 does not satisfy the equation. So this means whenever the point satisfies the equation, that implies the point lies in that locus. So in the above case this 3 comma 4 lies on this circle and 2 comma 1 is not satisfying this equation. That means 2 comma 1 does not lie on this locus. Straight line is also a kind of locus. Few basic properties of straight line are as follows. Now if a line makes angle theta with a positive direction of x-axis, now you can see that this line is making angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis, then the slope of this line, slope is tan theta, okay, where theta not equal to pi by 2. Because if theta is equal to pi by 2, then tan pi by 2 is infinity, that is not a real number. So if slope is infinity, then what happens? Then in that case the line is parallel to y-axis. Okay, so actually the slope is nothing but a slantness property of the line. You can see that this line is slant, this line is slant, but y-axis is not at all slant. Therefore y-axis has the slope infinity. If I give you, there are few types of equations of line. The first type of the line, the equation of the line is the point slope form. Point slope form. It says if a line passes through, x1 comma y1 and has slope m, then the equation of the line is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. This is first form of the equation of the line. The second form of the equation of the line is a 2-point form. So if a line passes through x1 y1 and x2 y2, where x1 not equal to x2, then the equation of the line is y minus y1 upon x minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. This equation is called 2-point form equation of the line. The next form of the equation of the line is 2-intercept form. If a line is making intercepts, if a line makes intercepts A and B with x and y axis respectively, such that A not equal to 0 and B not equal to 0. Now what is the intercept of a line? So intercept of a line is nothing but a point on that particular axis where the line intersects the axis. So here A and B are the x and y intercepts. So it means it is kind of the x intercept is A here and the y intercept is B here. This is in general I have shown. The line can be either like this also, or it may be like this also. So let's come to the point back. 2-intercept form equation of the line. If a line makes intercept A and B with x and y axis respectively, such that A and B are non-zero numbers, then the equation of the line is x upon A plus y upon B is equal to 1. So this equation is called 2-intercept form equation of the line. Now very important thing is, if you simplify all these equations further, so all these equations can be expressed in a general linear form, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Note, this a and b are different from this a and b. This equation is called as a general linear form equation, and it always represents a straight line where a, b, c are the real numbers. Now if I give you this general equation, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, then the slope, and suppose b not equal to 0, if b not equal to 0, then slope of the line is, I will denote it by the letter m. M is equal to minus of a upon b. This says slope of the line is minus of x coefficient divided by y coefficient. For example, slope of 2x plus 3y minus 7 is equal to 0 is m is equal to, so the above formula says that, this is the formula for slope. The above formula says that the slope is equal to minus 2, minus of x coefficient upon y coefficient. Now the important thing to remember is, in this formula b should not be 0. What happens if b is equal to 0? Note, if b is equal to 0, then the above equation reduces to ax plus c is equal to 0, and that is x is equal to minus c upon a, which is the line parallel to x-axis. This is line parallel to y-axis. Okay, so the situation is kind of this here, ki if you have x and y axis here and take minus c by a is some number, it may be positive also, it may be negative also, it depends upon the nature of c. If c is negative number, then this minus minus will become positive number, and if c is positive number, then minus plus will become negative number. So even though there is a minus sign, you need not have to bother ki you cannot take it granted ki this is negative number. This can be a positive number also, this can be a negative number also. So this line will look like this, which is parallel to y-axis, and here the intercept what it is making with x-axis has to be minus c upon a. This point, this intercept is minus c upon a, and the equation of this line is x is equal to minus c by a. As it is parallel to y-axis, so this has no slope. This has the slope infinity actually, because there is no slantness at all. It's a completely vertical line. Now suppose line L1 is parallel to line L2, and suppose M1 and M2, let M1 and M2 be slopes of L1 and L2. Then M1 is equal to M2 whenever exist. Otherwise, see, whenever these slopes exist, then if the lines are parallel, it says that their slopes are equal. Suppose the slopes are not existing, then what will happen? Then in that case, both the lines will be again parallel only. They will parallel to y-axis like shown here. Okay, so because these two lines, the slope of these two lines does not exist, so they are parallel, but then you cannot conclude anything about the slope. You simply knows that if the slope does not exist, both the lines has to be parallel to y-axis. Now whenever the slopes are existing, say M1 and M2, and if the lines L1 and L2 are parallel, then this says that their slopes are equal. And if L1 and L2 are perpendicular to each other, then in that case the result says that product of the slopes, that is M1 into M2, is equal to minus 1. Let us consider one simple example. Suppose L2 is parallel to 2x plus 3y minus 1 is equal to 0, then slope of L2 is equal to slope of 2x plus 3y minus 1 is equal to 0. And now you know that how to find out the slope, as we seen earlier. The slope of the line is minus of x coefficient divided by y coefficient. So I will get minus 2 upon 3. Here x coefficient is 2 and y coefficient is 3. So this says that slope of L2 is minus 2 by 3. So whenever you are knowing that two lines are parallel and slope of the one line is known to you, then you can easily find out the slope of the other line. Now consider the another example. Suppose L2 is perpendicular to 7x minus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. So this L2 is different than this L2. Please don't mix up. This is a simple example. Here I am taking L2 as one particular line. Now this is another example. So you don't have to consider these two L2 lines are same. So this is some another. Now this is another example where L2 is some another line. So L2 is perpendicular to 7x minus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore I know that slope of L2 multiplied by slope of 7x minus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0 is equal to minus 1. Therefore, slope of L2 into minus 7 upon minus 3 is equal to minus 1. This minus of x coefficient is minus 7 upon minus 3 is equal to minus 1, and therefore slope of L2 is equal to 3 by 7. So all these are the pre-requirements for continuing with the chapter pair of straight lines. So do these requirements well, understand them well, and tomorrow I will be back with the first theorem of pair of straight lines. Thank you.